Students, in the continuation to the poem, we in the previous lesson we talked about first two paragraphs, their glossary, their word meanings, and literary devices incorporated in there. Now this is the time we go ahead with the poem and read the remaining parts. So again we start with the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. We are going to take up paragraph third onward today. In the first two paragraphs we read that it's about a tiger who is kept in a zoo where the tiger is confined and the tiger is, helpless. He only can move to and fro in the four walls of the cage. In the next paragraph, we read that the poet imagines the tiger to be in his natural habitat where he should have been hiding somewhere in the long grass or near the water hole where some young plump deer could pass and the tiger could have a good feast. So, in continuation to that, now let's go further. This is the third paragraph. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars. So now the poet tells us, had the tiger been in jungle, he would have been snarling around houses, snarling, where you can just imagine a picture of a tiger showing teeth. I'll show you like this. This is what you call snarling. These canines, they are known as the fangs, white teeth, and snarling movement. Exactly, this is what the snarling movement is. So he should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, at the outskirts of the jungle, the edge of it, where some villages might have been there. So the poet imagines if the tiger had been in jungle, he would have been roaming around freely, moving to the edge of the jungle sometimes, and the villagers, they would have been frightened to see the mighty tiger. But unfortunately, he is locked in a concrete cell. He is locked in a cemented cage. Concrete, cemented cell, a cage. And his strength is all locked behind the bars of the cage. So have a look at the snarling, growling tiger once again. This is the complete explanation to paragraph number 3. You can read it for your own reference once again. It will help you. This is the glossary. Snarling, showing the teeth, bearing, showing, fangs, teeth, terrorizing, frightening, concrete, cemented. I've told you all the meanings. We can have a look at them once again. And this is the last and final concluding paragraph. Stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Now just imagine the tiger once again in the zoo. Instead of what the poet talked about he should have been doing in the jungle, but what the reality is right now, the reality is that the tiger is imprisoned in the cage where he is talking, walking slowly the length of the cage, ignoring visitors. Because when people, so many people go to visit the animals in the zoo, if you observe and if you remember, you try to recall, they hardly pay any attention to the visitor. So ignoring the visitor because the tiger is hardly interested in seeing anybody. He hears the last voice at night. Now this is the night scene which has been shown to us. After being tired by too many visitors who keep coming and make comments and make noise, the tiger wants to have some rest now. So the tiger is sitting in the cage. He hears the last voice at night. The patrolling cars, the cars of the guards of jungle who are on a patrol right now, who are taking rounds to ensure everything is all right. These sounds of the patrolling cars, they are falling into the ears of the tiger. He stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Now the tiger stares, looks continuously in one direction. The eyes, see, the word brilliant has been repeated, so it is repetition used here. He stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So once the eyes have been called brilliant, and at other time stars have been called brilliant because the tiger's eyes, they sparkle in night. Similarly, the sparkling stars of night, they have been discussed here. So this is where we come to an end. And see the tiger ignoring the visitors in the zoo. This is again the explanation to last paragraph. Read it once again, and this is how we once again have a look at the literary devices. I hope you all have understood the poem very well. In the next lesson, we will take up the paraphrases and question answers from the poem. Till then, keep reading. These are quick revision notes from the poem. They are going to be very helpful for you. Once you go through these quick revision notes, you'll find that the complete poem once again has been revised in short and crisp sentences. I hope you could understand it very well. Thank you all.